Thanks a lot for joining me. I'm out here this evening shooting my Remington Model 552, and I just wanted to make sure I was on target here at 50 yards before I do some more plinking with it. But I wanted to get this out of the closet, out of my gun cabinet, and just get it out and shoot it a little bit this afternoon. And I'm glad you came along so that you can join me. Well, good evening everyone, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman out here at my shooting bench once again with another one of my 22 series videos. And as you just saw a minute ago, I was out here plinking away with my Remington Speedmaster Model 552. I didn't realize until just recently, I was doing a little bit of work on it, and I looked at the barrel date code, which is located right here on the left side of the barrel, that this is a first year production Model 552. Remington released these little rifles to the public in 1957, and this one here was made in January of 1957, so it was one of the first ones ever made, and it still shoots great, as you could see just a while ago. And I'm going to shoot it at a target down here. I've already shot 5 shots at 40 yards at a target, and it's grouping in there about the size of a nickel. Well folks, just to give you a little bit of background on this particular rifle and also on the Remington Speedmaster Model 552 in general. This one here in particular I brought out here a couple of years ago after I bought it at a gun show in Nashville. I think at the time I gave just under $200 or so for the rifle. I can't remember exactly, but it wasn't all that much. And I brought it home, cleaned it up, and I experimented with different types of ammunition. And the one ammo that it really preferred, that it really likes, is this SK semi-auto 22 long rifle. For some reason, this gun here just really likes that brand of ammunition. And it shoots, you know, nickel to quarter size groups with it at 50 yards. And I can pretty consistently hit small game with it out to 60 yards. Now, one of the features that made the Remington 552 Speedmaster an attractive proposition for a lot of hunters and shooters out there was the fact that these guns would reliably cycle and shoot 22 short, 22 long, and 22 long rifle interchangeably. There's not many 22 semi-automatic rifles that would do that. There's a few out there. One that comes to mind is the Remington Model 550-1, and I think Winchester made a semi-automatic 22, a few different models that would do the same thing. But the Remington Speedmaster was the one that was probably most noteworthy of that feature. And these guns were popular from day one. People really liked the looks of them. They were sleek little rifles. They feel really good in your hand, you know, they handle well, and they just took off instantly. The trigger mechanism is the same trigger design that Remington incorporated in other rifles and shotguns, such as the 742 Woodsmaster, the Model 7600, shotguns such as the Remington 870 and Model 1100. All of them shared the same trigger design as the Speedmaster Model 552. The Model 552 Speedmaster also came with another attractive feature from day one when they were first introduced, and that was a grooved receiver to accept scope mounts. As you can see, this one here came factory grooved with a 3/8 dovetail scope mount so that you could easily attach these tip-off mounts for scopes. And on this particular rifle I've got a inexpensive Simmons scope. I think it's a 4-power, but you know, it's held zero quite well, and it has a good sight picture. I really can't complain about the scope because I've had it on this rifle for several years and the zero has not shifted any. You know, I've taken it out and taken it through the woods, and it's rode around in my truck and shot lots of ammunition through it, and it's still right on the money. I mean, it's still holding the zero. So I can't say that it's a bad scope. Maybe I just got a really good one. A lot of people complain about Simmons and Tasco scopes, but I guess every now and then you get lucky and you get a hold of a good one. One thing I do know for sure is that some of the brands that are not as expensive as, say, a Redfield or a Leupold, there are a few brands out there such as Bushnell and Tasco if you can find an older Japanese-made Tasco or Bushnell, I'm not sure if Simmons was ever made in Japan, but they probably were. If you can find those, you pretty much got a good scope on your hands there, folks. They're really great. I think Bushnell at one time was made by Bausch & Lomb, which is world-renowned for top quality optics, you know. And I've got a couple of Bausch & Lombs on some rifles, such as my 581, and they've always been just top-notch scopes. They're terrific. You know, they're very clear, have very fine crosshairs, and hold zero no matter if you change the focus on them, or if you change the power setting. You go back and it's still right on the money. I have no complaints using Bausch & Lomb or Bushnell products, especially the older ones made in Japan. So like I said, if you can get your hands on one of the older scopes like that are Japanese made, you've got a good product on your hands, as long as it's not in bad shape. Well, anyway, let's take the little rifle and do some more target shooting, and then I'll close out the video. Well, down here at 40 yards, I've got a little target set up with that white background there, and I'm going to shoot 5 shots into that target, see how well the little gun will perform. So here we go. Now that looks pretty good, folks. That's 5 shots into a ragged hole there at 40 yards. Not bad for an old rifle. Okay, one thing I didn't mention is that the Remington 552 has a tubular magazine that will hold 15 22 long rifle rounds, so it has a 15 round capacity. And the way you load it is with this charging handle here. You just open it up and let it go. So I've got a series of targets set up down here at 50 yards, and we're going to see if we can connect with those targets. Alright, time to have a little fun. Once again, I see 2 squirrels and a bunny rabbit in the background. But first of all, let's shoot that prairie dog there. He's right in the middle. Okay. Let's shoot that squirrel on the left. Let's do a headshot on him. I don't want to hit the orange target. Let's just shoot him in the head. Okay. The other one fell over there, but I'm going to try and hit that target on that one in the middle. And then the bunny rabbit. Let's see, I see a swinging target off to the right. And then one right next to it there. And then there's 3 swinging targets on the left side over there. Let's shoot the biggest one first on the far left. Now the one in the middle. And the little bitty one right next to that middle target. I see 3 cans right there in front of the swinging targets and that prairie dog. Let's shoot the one in front of the prairie dog first. Okay, I hit that one. I'm going to aim at the bottom. Okay, the next one over. And then the last one there. Okay, I actually see a bullet hole down there. Let me aim at the bottom of that. Well, I think it hit the bottom of the can because I saw some dirt fly up. That's a tough can right there. That was the 15th round. So let me load up a few more. And we'll clean off those orange targets as best I can anyway. It's a good shooting little rifle. No wonder they were so popular. All right, let's go for that swinging target on the far left again. Let's see if we can get that cleaned off. All right. Now that prairie dog still got some orange on it. And I got one round left. Let's see if we can hit that can and knock it over. Well, we hit it, but it would not knock over. Well, folks, now that it's getting a little bit later in the day, it's time to close out this video. But I wanted to just include this target that I shot at 40 yards using that Speedmaster model 552. That's 5 shots. One of them was just a little bit low there, but still, that's 5 shots that you can cover with a penny at 40 yards, which is plenty good for any small game hunting. And as you can see, I was hitting those targets down there at 50 yards very consistently. And you know, it's really no surprise to me because Remington made a pretty good quality product here. And as far as I know, they're still available. You know, I've seen new listings of the Remington Model 552, and I believe they're still made in Ilion, New York, at the original Remington factory. But I just wanted an older rifle, such as this one here, that dated back before I was born, actually, that's still in good condition. Let me show you something really quick. If you're going to clean these rifles, there's no way that you can hold the bolt open. What I do is I take a rubber band and I put it around the charging handle, and then I tie it to the trigger guard to clean out the barrel. But in order to take the trigger mechanism off, it's really simple, folks. I'm going to lay it down here in my lap. And these 2 pins, you need to remove those. First of all, make sure the gun is not loaded. There's no cartridges present anywhere. And I just take a punch and just punch these out. And I just push them the rest of the way out and capture them with my hand at the bottom. And then this whole assembly right here comes right out. Now you can clean it off with a brush or whatever, which is what I'm getting ready to do. And you can hold the bolt open. Like I said, I really don't want to remove everything because you can take it apart by taking the screw out and removing the fore end, and then the barrel and everything will come out of the gun. But I don't want to do that because it's going to change my point of zero. So I just leave the barrel and the receiver intact if I've got a scope on here. But you know, whatever rifle that you have, that's your choice. If you want to do that, you can take this screw right here out, remove it, take the fore end off, and remove the whole barrel and spring, return spring assembly and everything, you know. But I'm going to choose just to leave it intact for now. And in order to put it back together, you just feed the trigger mechanism right back in, just like this. realign the holes. You can see the holes right there. Make sure they're lined up. The bigger one goes to the rear, the bigger pin that is. And then line the front one up. And put it in place. And then use a soft mallet. Don't use a hard ball peen hammer. And just tap it back in place. And that rifle's ready to go once again. Too much fun. Well, folks, like I said before, I appreciate you coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, whatever your outdoor pursuit might happen to be, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But also remember, hit that like button, smash the bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this one will be coming your way. So until next time, y'all take good care of yourselves, get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. If you go shooting, have fun, just remember to do it safely. Y'all take care, stay safe, and God bless. I'll see you next time.